So welcome to our Timeless Tudor project. This was a project that we did all the hard finish selections for, flooring, countertops, lighting, hardware, all the cabinetry design throughout the home, plumbing fixtures. So really all those hard finishes and then a few soft finishes here and there. My favorite parts about the kitchen is that actually it was one of the challenges too, that the ceilings were pretty low in this space. So we opted for not doing traditional pendants over the island, which I actually really like. Sometimes we opt not to do pendants. So we did this linear light fixture, really pretty vintage brass finish with a nice light linen shade, which fits perfectly over the island, but doesn't block the view when you're entertaining or talking to guests or, you know, working in the sink. So really nice option for this particular project. Also, we always like to take the island and make it look like a piece of furniture. So with the molding on the side panels, the pretty little legs that you have here, we love a turned leg on an island. And then also mixing the finishes here with doing the stained island and then the nice creamy white cabinetry. I love and wish I had in my own home these countertop cabinets. One of my favorite details is to leave a little bit of countertop space in front of the cabinet. It's just really pretty and looks finished. And then we topped it off with some beautiful brass hardware. We start working with a client on their kitchen project. We like to know an inventory of everything that they want to put into their kitchen and how we can best organize it. We also want to know, you know, do you need 2 sinks? Do you have a big family and need 2 dishwashers? So this particular kitchen, we actually ended up doing 2 sinks. So one in the main island and then a prep sink over here, which actually is a little oversized for your traditional prep sink. And then we have a dishwasher here that's fully paneled. So it's really nice that it doesn't break up the flow of cabinetry. You know, if you put a stainless steel appliance here, it would break up the flow of cabinetry, whereas the panel just makes everything look continuous and really pretty, and it flows well. We also love doing a ledge anywhere that we can. It's a great spot. It's not the most practical thing. I mean, you can put like little salt and pepper there, but a great place to put either some candlesticks or a piece of art just to add some personality to the space. It feels very like old world British kitchen, which I am absolutely loving right now and always. Love to mix countertop profiles. So usually you have a couple options that are included in kind of a base price for a countertop. So this is a beveled edge that we did here on the perimeter of the kitchen. But then on the island we did, which is one of my absolute favorites, we did an OG profile. So you get this nice little detail inset here with a little curve at the bottom. One of my favorite things to do on an island, and I also love to do it in bathrooms. Usually in the range area, we like to give clients a place to put utensils. So these are really nice inserts here where they have these nice little cups that you can insert all utensils here, and you can fit so much into this little space. So in some homes, if there's enough space, we'll do a separate butler's pantry. In this particular home, there wasn't enough space for a butler's pantry. So instead, we created an entire wall of cabinetry to fulfill this family's pantry needs. One of the things I love to do in a lot of our projects is do this reeded glass on the cabinets. It's really nice because it breaks up the solid surface of the cabinetry and really lets a lot of light just flow into the space. It gives this like light, airy feeling that otherwise, if you did solid cabinetry here, it would just feel a little bit heavy. So really nice. We incorporated a microwave drawer here, lots of drawer space. I always say if you can do drawers instead of cabinets, always do. They're much easier to keep organized. There's lots of different options that we can do to keep, lid organizations or pots and pans. That you could do here as well, or just store your everyday food here too. This is the grand debut of our custom KBI counter stools. We worked with one of our favorite upholstery vendors to create this counter stool. Really cute little skirt detail to the bottom, which is my absolute favorite, with a little pleat right there, but it just adds a nice little feminine touch to the counter stool. And this is one of the most comfortable counter stools. My family sits around and has dinner at the island, so it's really important to have a nice comfy counter stool. And there was enough space here to do 3, kind of oversized. So nice and comfortable performance fabric. so that, you know, cleaning up spills from kids, that you can do that, but still really pretty. Because I know you'll ask, paint colors, finish colors. So on the cabinetry, the lower cabinetry and the pantry cabinetry, we did warm winter, which is a really pretty creamy white. And then on the walls, we did Swiss coffee, which is my favorite. And then we did a dark walnut stain, custom stain actually, on the cabinetry for both the island and for your countertop cabinets. So really pretty creamy and rich colors all mixing together. So the paint color in here, one of my favorite blue paint colors, Mount St. Anne. We did that. We color drenched the room. So we have the cabinetry in Mount St. Anne, the walls and the ceiling. So we just did different finishes. Usually we typically do the ceiling in a flat paint color, and then the walls in an eggshell. And then we do either a semi-gloss or a satin on our cabinetry. These cute little cutouts that we designed for this cabinetry. Typically we do a little smaller, more petite cutouts, but we made this one feel really feminine, that you really looks like a little flower in each cabinet door. A really pretty brass hardware here. And this is nice brass hardware because it has some warmth to it. So it's not that really shiny yellow brass. So it adds a little bit of warmth to the space. And then we always love doing a nice edge detail here in the stained top, so that stain matches the walnut in the kitchen. So it's a little ledge that you can actually sit on, and also just adds a little bit more surface area when you open up the cabinets for storage. No mudroom is really ever complete without a drop spot. Every family needs a place to put their mail or just the everyday things. I mean, I'm sure this drawer will become like the bits and pieces that everybody collects over time, but also a good spot for a charging station too. We love to put outlets in drawers so that you can charge phones or iPads or Chromebooks. So really nice little spot. And it's not huge, but it still does a lot of work for a family. So we're now in our Timeless Tudor Projects dining room. We also did some custom cabinetry in here. So you'll notice too, one of our favorite cabinet profiles is to do inset cabinetry versus overlay cabinetry. So that's when the door actually sits inside the frame of the cabinet versus being placed on top of the cabinet. So it's really pretty. It's more furniture-like, which I always like to incorporate furniture pieces when I'm designing cabinetry, thinking about furniture styles over time. So that's what we tried to achieve here. We did this really pretty arch here to mimic the arch that you see in the kitchen. And again, brought in that reeded glass that's really light filtering. You can still hide things behind the cabinets, which is really nice. But it gives, you know, a little bit of shadows where you can see objects behind it. So lots of cabinet storage in this house. Beverage refrigerator, another little prep sink in here. So they have that to make cocktails and rinse glasses. So lots of things going on right here in this nice little bar. And the really sweet entryway of this home, we highlighted the beautiful arches here, kept the original arched door, and then you have more arches in here with a closet, and then the front door. And then we also brought in that same paint color, Mount St. Anne, like I said, one of my favorites that we did here. We did it on the base trim, and then the doors, and then the ceiling. And then on the walls, we did a really pretty floral Schumacher wallpaper because I think every entryway needs a little bit of wallpaper. So really sweet pattern, really soft colors. And then we styled it with a cute little striped rug. We've got Carrara marble tile flooring in here. So really a really classic pattern and material that we brought into the entryway, since this is more of a historic, timeless home, hence the name Timeless Tudor. Styled it with a sweet little side table, vase and some greenery. And beautiful light fixture from Visual Comfort. So all the lighting in this home is Visual Comfort. We really played with the different finishes, the different textures. We are standing in the beautiful primary bathroom of this project. And we did this custom vanity in perfect grayish, which we love this color. We did this really pretty reeded detail on the top cabinet fronts. We mixed our metals in here, which is something that we always encourage our clients to do. I know a lot of times it seems strange to mix gold and or brass elements and then more of your silver elements, but we like mixing the two together. It makes it feel more eclectic. So we did that with the pulls. And then we did the brass hardware for the light fixtures. So really pretty sconces here, again, visual comfort. And then these big oversized mirrors, and these sweet little faucets, which I absolutely love. We did polished nickel plumbing fixtures by Kohler. So we, again, mixing the brass and the polished nickel together, we love to do. Cute little bench seat, great for shading your legs. We did a Carrara marble basket weave mosaic on the floor of the shower, and then did just a beautiful, very classic subway tile on the walls, but we stacked it in a vertical pattern just to make it a little bit more modern and add a little visual interest. We always like to do a cute little shower niche. And you'll notice one of the things that I absolutely dislike is something called Schluter edge. It's a no-no. So that's when you use like a metal piece to surround the tile to finish it off. Instead, we like to either miter the edges or do this nice beveled pencil that you have framing the niche. And then we did the same countertop selection as the backsplash to the niche.